Why women call fit older men intimidating and what they really mean. You think confidence is loud? She doesn't. She notices the way you move, the way your presence fills space without trying. That word intimidating isn't about strength. It's about consistency, discipline, and life experience you wear like armor. And the part nobody talks about? What she's really reacting to could flip everything you assumed about attraction. Today, we're breaking down exactly what women mean, what they're sensing, and how you can understand it on a deeper level. Stick with me because every point will reveal something most men completely miss. Number 1, intimidating is code for out of my league. Most men think intimidation comes from being loud, flashy, or trying too hard to impress. They crack jokes that land flat, adjust their body language to seem friendlier, or over-explain themselves, assuming it will make them more approachable. The truth is, it does the opposite. When you dilute your presence, you signal uncertainty, and uncertainty is what makes people feel cautious, not intrigued. What to do instead? Walk in with calm authority. Let your presence speak first, before words even enter the room. Move deliberately, hold your posture, and keep routines consistent, whether it's in the gym, at work, or in social settings. It's not about muscle size, a flashy watch, or bragging about achievements. It's about showing you live life on your terms, with discipline and purpose, and that control over your world subtly sets you apart. Think about it. When you enter a room and settle into your space with quiet confidence, people notice, even if they can't quite explain why. She notices too. That pause she takes, that slight adjustment in her own energy, that's her recognizing someone who isn't operating at the level of casual effort. Most men overlook this because they measure attraction with the wrong lens. They assume it's about aesthetics or charm. But she's reading something deeper. Competence, reliability, and life experience reflected in how you carry yourself. Those are the things she instinctively senses as out of her league. And here's something most men never consider. The feeling of being out of your league isn't a warning. It's admiration wrapped in hesitation. She's noticing habits, consistency, and a quiet self-assurance you've built over years. Qualities that influence respect, attraction, and the way peers and colleagues engage with you. The subtle brilliance of this is that you don't need to push it or advertise it. You just maintain it. Every disciplined choice, every morning you stick to your routine, every decision made with clarity. These small acts compound into a presence that's impossible to ignore. And while this might make some women call you intimidating, what she's really responding to is the mastery behind your life, not any single achievement or physical attribute. It's the unspoken message. You operate at a level most aren't willing to match, and that alone creates a natural magnetic respect. Number 2, it screams high standards. Most men think being attractive means lowering expectations to appear easygoing. They agree to plans they don't enjoy, compromise on values, or ignore their own routines, assuming it makes them more likable. They mistake compliance for charm, thinking it will win approval. The problem? It actually signals uncertainty. People sense when a man doesn't hold himself to consistent standards, and it quietly erodes respect, even if they never say it out loud. What to do instead? Keep your boundaries firm, but natural. Your health, routines, and time are non-negotiable, not because you're difficult, but because you respect yourself. This isn't just about impressing women. It signals competence to everyone around you. Colleagues notice reliability, friends notice consistency, and your family senses steadiness. Living by your standards communicates confidence more effectively than words ever could. She notices it too. That word, intimidating, often comes from a recognition that you won't settle for mediocrity, not just in life, but in the choices you make every day. She sees that you've built habits that align with your principles, and it subtly challenges her own sense of effort and ambition. Here's the clever part most men overlook. Maintaining high standards doesn't have to be rigid or arrogant. It's about subtle signals, a clean, well-fitted wardrobe that reflects your lifestyle, a sharp routine that balances work, health, and leisure, and consistent behavior that reinforces reliability. These are things she notices subconsciously, and they create a silent hierarchy in her perception. You've achieved a level of discipline most men don't even attempt. And the best part? This standard setting isn't just attractive, It's liberating. You don't bend for approval, you prioritize what matters, and you live deliberately. That quiet strength, visible in choices and habits rather than words, communicates more than charm ever could. It's magnetic, respected, and yes, sometimes called intimidating. But what she's really sensing is the life you've built, not just your presence in the room. The subtle tension here is fascinating. She feels a mix of admiration and self-reflection. Intimidating is really her mind recognizing that to match your energy, she would have to rise to the level of your standards. That insight alone will make you rethink what she really means when she uses that word. And just wait. What comes next deepens this even further, because your presence doesn't just impress, it shifts the balance of influence without you saying a word. Number 3, the power dynamic flip. Most men think power is about money, titles, or showing off what they own. They assume a flashy watch, a luxury car, or an endless story about achievements will command respect. The problem? That kind of power is visible, but shallow. It grabs attention for a moment, but it doesn't build influence. People, especially women, sense when it's performance rather than presence, and it often comes across as insecurity disguised as confidence. What to do instead? Lead with calm authority. True influence isn't loud. It's subtle, deliberate, and consistent. It's about how you carry yourself, how you make decisions, and how you interact without needing approval. The man who speaks less, listens more, and chooses his moments thoughtfully shifts the energy of a room effortlessly. That's the real power flip. It's not about asserting dominance. It's about radiating it naturally. Consider this. At a gathering, a man who stays composed while others rush or compete automatically commands attention. He doesn't need to compete or explain. People are drawn to the stability and clarity he projects. She notices, not because he's trying, but because the subtle hierarchy has already established itself. That quiet control triggers the intimidating reaction, even when it's not intentional. Most men overlook this because they confuse influence with visibility. True power is internal. It's discipline, experience, and calmness that create a magnetic presence. Fitness, routines, and consistency all reinforce this without saying a word. Colleagues, friends, and even strangers unconsciously respect it. And women pick up on it immediately because they're scanning not for what you show, but how you operate in the world. Here's the nuance. When a woman calls a man intimidating in this context, she's not judging his body or even his status. She's reacting to the flip in power dynamics. She senses that he doesn't seek validation, that his life is organized around priorities and principles, and that his energy isn't something she can influence easily. That subtle imbalance creates fascination, respect, and yes, a hint of hesitation, all wrapped in one word, intimidating. And the intriguing part? This isn't about being feared or controlling. It's about being effortlessly compelling. What she's responding to is the combination of life mastery and presence, which sets the stage for the next insight. She's not intimidated by what she sees, she's intimidated by what it represents. Number 4. Intimidated by what it represents, not the body itself. Most men assume that being fit or muscular is what makes women intimidated. They focus on abs, arms, or the latest gym gadget, thinking those visuals are enough to command respect or attraction. The problem? While a strong body is noticeable, it's just the tip of the iceberg. What triggers real intimidation is the story behind it. The discipline, the habits, the consistency, and the lifestyle that built it. What to do instead? Use fitness and self-care as tools for mastery, not performance. Strength, stamina, and health aren't just about looking impressive. They reflect control over your life, your routines, and your priorities. When you consistently maintain these habits, it signals that you respect yourself and your time, and that kind of consistency is far more compelling than muscle alone. Think about it this way. A man who trains, eats well, and maintains energy for work, family, and social life isn't intimidating because of the size of his chest. It's the discipline, focus, and life organization he embodies. She senses a man who has invested in himself, who takes responsibility for his body and mind, and who operates at a level most people never attempt. That's what the word intimidating really captures. Most men miss this because they equate intimidation with fear or dominance. But women aren't intimidated by biceps. They're impressed by mastery. They see the habits, the routines, and the lifestyle choices that lead to strength and resilience, and they instinctively recognize the effort it takes. That quiet acknowledgement is what makes a man magnetic without him saying a word. Here's the subtle but powerful insight. What she's reacting to is the consistency, the long-term discipline, and the life energy behind the body. That energy represents achievement, stability, and an elevated lifestyle. It challenges her perception, and it may even inspire self-reflection. She's not intimidated by the body. She's intimidated by what it signifies. A man who has invested in himself at a level she respects and admires. And this sets up the final insight, the bonus point, which you'll get if you stick with the video to the very end. It's even more revealing, and it flips everything you thought you knew about why women use that word, intimidating. Bonus point. It means I'd have to level up to keep him. Before we dive in, if you've been paying attention, type the word calm in the comments. Only our real community members get this one, and it's for you. Most men assume intimidation is a warning, like she's hesitant or even rejecting. They try to soften their presence, crack unnecessary jokes, or downplay themselves to feel safe. The truth? She's not rejecting you. She's silently measuring whether she can match your energy, your consistency, and the lifestyle you've built. That's what intimidating really signals. What to do instead? Keep operating at your level. Maintain your routines, your standards, and your priorities unapologetically. Fitness, habits, and discipline aren't just about attraction. They're about self-mastery, confidence, and influence in every part of your life. By doing this, you naturally create a standard she respects. She may feel challenged, but that's admiration, not fear. Here's the subtle brilliance. This dynamic isn't just about how she sees you, it affects everyone around you. Friends, colleagues, and even family notice when a man carries himself with consistency and focus. That silent authority earns respect, commands attention, and reinforces your presence without a single boast. So when a woman calls you intimidating, she's not pointing out your body or charm. She's acknowledging the life you've built and the effort it would take to rise to that level. And that, my friend, is far more valuable than any compliment you could receive. Recap. Number 1, intimidating is code for out of my league. It's not about being loud or flashy. It's about competence, calm confidence, and the life you've built through discipline and consistency. She senses it before you even say a word. Number 2, it screams high standards. Your routines, boundaries, and the way you manage your life communicate respect, both for yourself and everyone around you. This isn't just attractive to women. It earns trust and admiration from colleagues, friends, and family too. Number 3, the power dynamic flip. True influence doesn't need to be announced. Your composure, decision-making, and calm presence shift the energy in any room. People naturally respond to it, and that subtle authority is what triggers the intimidating reaction. Number 4, she's intimidated by what it represents, not your body itself. Fitness, habits, and discipline are symbols of mastery and control. She's noticing the life behind the physique, the consistency, resilience, and focus that most men don't maintain. Bonus point. It means I'd have to level up to keep him. That word, intimidating, isn't rejection. It's admiration wrapped in reflection. She respects the effort, energy, and lifestyle you've built, and she's aware that matching it would require a serious commitment. Every point builds on the same principle. What women really notice isn't superficial. It's the life you lead, the discipline you carry, and the presence you command. And understanding this changes how you interpret every reaction you get. If you found this video valuable, like it to support our growth and help its visibility on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe for daily content like this. Advice that helps you stay active, sharp, and consistently becoming the better version of yourself. Share this video with someone you know who would benefit from understanding the subtle dynamics we've talked about today. It could change how they see themselves and others. We've also recommended a video on your screen for you to watch next, packed with even more insights to level up your lifestyle and presence. Thank you for watching all the way through. Your focus and attention mean a lot. And we'll see you back soon with more advice, strategies, and ideas to help you operate at your highest level every single day.